Hi, I'm Guilherme de Souza from Arbrea Labs and welcome to Arbrea Academy. Today we're going to treat the topic of facelift with our 3D simulator. Just going to repeat very quickly how you can create the case. You have other topics, other videos on that. You just need to scan the patient very quickly. In order to obtain a result like this, my recommendation is to do this not very slowly, but not so fast. Okay, like in a natural motion, and also to make sure that we can take it apart below the nose and below the chin properly. Also, sometimes we need to go a little bit more up just to get more details on the forehand. This simulation was done with a common iPhone. Okay, so there's no special setting required in order to get this result. So let's proceed. How can we simulate a facelift? A facelift, for example, for this patient is very simple. We have two options. I'm going to focus more on the option of the freehand, but we can also work, for example, with the cheek tools, okay, in order to start our simulation. For example, if you consider, or we can go directly to the freehand tool. Now, the freehand tool works in two ways. The first one is by working with a brush. For example, if I want to move this part here, okay, with the brush, I can decide to make it bigger or smaller in order to move that specific area of the face. For a facelift, on the other side, what I suggest is to work with the freehand tool select area size. Because with this tool, what I can do is literally to select the area that I prefer to work with. Okay, so like for example, in this case, I'm taking the entire region from the of the cheeks, also including nasolabial folds. And when I have selected that, I can just move this with my fingers. That's it. That's so simple to do. Now, of course, this needs perhaps to be refined. So I can tap twice in order to deselect that area. And perhaps I can work with another area here. Okay, to work with that more precisely. Once again, okay, and that's it. I can also decide to combine the tools, for example, as you can see. Now, of course, what we did here was to move the tissue. We did not intervene on the wrinkles, which, as you know, when we move the tissue, we also remove the wrinkles, which actually is the main purpose. Now, let's click on the skin tools, and we can actually draw where we want the scars to disappear. Okay, where we consider that we are not going to see these wrinkles anymore. I select the area and I click on beautify these areas. And that's it. As you can see here, I can then finish to adjust. And we have our simulation. How quick was that? Let's compare before and after now by moving this very quickly. That's nice. Now, what, for example, if we want to do this very fast? Once again, let's reset. Freehand tool, select area mode. We selected the area we want to move with our fingers, and then we just move that. What about the other side? Double tap. And again, we do the same. Let's just remember to take all the area that we consider necessary. And that's it. Let's apply the change. Now, what if we need to refine? Then we combine the other two. Okay, so we can work with this tissue here. Okay, what about the other part? That's it. The result is quite fine now. What we're missing are the correction on the wrinkles. So once again, we decide where we want to apply this. Okay, so these nasolabial fold here, they're going to disappear. And also this part, beautify beauty marks. As you can see, I just draw the areas where I want to intervene, but I can also choose from the models that I have here. Okay, and, for example, apply a beautification. 1, 2, and 3, and the result is done. Now, how's it? Very good result, huh? Okay, let's compare before and after. That's it. We got the result we wanted. Of course, I'm not a plastic surgeon, so I could have done a better job. But I think that we were able actually to show you how the tool works. Another important point that I suggest you to use is the following: to use the vectors in order to explain to the patient in the best way and also specifically to educate them on how, for example, our tissues are going to move, are going to be moved. Again, we are here to help you. Please let us know if you need any help with the simulator. My name is Guilherme. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.